Disappointing, and obviously, it's a conference loss, and you're 0-1 in conference, and you lost the game at home. So obviously, that's disappointing. When you break down the game, you had your chances in the third quarter. To get back even, and we didn't do it. Defense scored. Offense had a bad third quarter. They played good defense, and we didn't move the football. And then they got up 3 scores on us. We battled back, and we had talked about all week, hey, get it to 1-score game in the fourth quarter. It was a weird roadmap to get to that point, but we did that with 4 minutes left, and then we couldn't get a stop to get the ball back to see if we could tie it. A lot of plays made. Jared Neal did a lot of good things. He'll tell you there's about 3, bad plays at the line of scrimmage he wishes he could have back. Those 2 wideouts, Rod Wright and Caden Weathers, made some plays, kept us in the game. So real proud of those 2 guys. Obviously, offensively didn't run the ball well enough. Now, a lot of that's to their credit. Now, we only ran the ball 22 times, but we got to be more balanced as we go forward as well. Defensively, they were 11-17 on third down. You're not going to win any games where you do that. We did score on defense, so that was a positive. But we kind of got big boyed up front. They threw us around. Very good offensive line. Their backs are really good. Then you have to account for the quarterback in the run game. There were some times where I didn't think we had enough hats in the box to stop them. But give them credit for that. They got 2 of the best wideouts in the league that make a lot of plays. So it's kind of like you say, you pick your poison, and they converted and just ran it down our throat there in the fourth quarter. So we'll move on to this one. Tennessee Tech this week. I think this is one of their better teams that I've coached against. Coach Brown's done a good job. Quarterback's playing well, got several wideouts. This is one of their better offensive lines I've seen them have. Defensively, they make you earn everything that you get. They may give up a few yards, but they don't give up a whole lot of points. And so, I think it's going to be a good ball game. We'll go on the road, the first leg of the Sergeant York Trophy, and it's a big game for both teams.
You talked after the game about how happy you were with how the team fought back.
Yeah.
But you also added the statement they don't show up on next Saturday.
Yeah.
No point.
Yeah, that game's over. That game's over. You can't pat yourself on the back just because, we got Jacksonville State's number 1 ranked team in the country. Both teams had injuries on both sides. Their defensive line, several guys were out, but we had several injuries as well. So, does that balance things out? Who knows? But both teams played through some injuries, and you had a chance to win. So I like the energy. I like the, we were overcoming. We had talked about that during the week about how will we handle it when we're down, how will we handle it when we're up, how will we handle it when we, miss a play that's there. And I thought we did that. I saw guys make mistakes but still stay positive and get to the next play. That was a sign of a mature team. Okay, now you got to, that's got to be a given how we're going to handle things mentally. But now we got to make those plays and not make those mistakes. But you're right. Once yesterday the kids had a chance to work through that, and yesterday the coaches moved on, and now it's all about Tennessee Tech. And I'm interested to see today at 2:30 when the guys are in the building. We better be ready to move on because you when you go on the road, you got to be ready to play, and there can be no hangovers this week.
Tennessee Tech is a similar offensive scheme. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of offense. They don't rush the ball very much.
Mm-hmm.
They average about 60 yards a
Mm-hmm.
game. So what do you see there? What you feel like you have a strong secondary back there?
That's. I just watched them on tape this morning. It's kind of one of those deals to where you better stop the run because you try to make them one-dimensional because if you don't, then you're going to be in trouble. They run some triple option, even though it's out of the gun. You load the box, the ball can still get on the perimeter, and their quarterback can run it or flip it out there and make a few plays. The 3 wideouts are really good. Very impressed with them. So, I'm sure they're just like all of us. All of us want to run the ball as much as we can to control the clock to get some type of balance and not get one-dimensional. And we'll be in trouble if we're one-dimensional either way. This week, last year, we probably tried to run the ball too much against them and, kept the scores down. They did a good job bottling us up. Then again, Murray this past week throws it almost every down, and Tennessee Tech did a great job in their 3 down and their blitz package, keeping everything in front of them and limiting their big plays. So, be a well-coached, they got good schemes, and we got to match up.
Is it tough to scheme against an offense like theirs where they do pass the ball a lot, but they have a very mobile quarterback as well.
Yeah, it is. It creates one more gap, similar to what Jacksonville State does to you. It creates one more gap, and but everything's got to start inside out. We've got to stop those A gaps, and then you get to the B's, and then on the perimeter. I like what they're doing on offense. Coach Brown, there's probably not many offensive schemes he hasn't run over his career, so he does a good job every year, kind of adapting to the talent that he's got.
The road team has won 7 of the 9 games in the series since 2006. Just to kind of talk about maybe what it is about Tucker Field that
Right.
makes this place so.
Yeah, I guess we won there last time, right? Yeah, we won there, and then we gave one away, and they took one from us the 2012 year, right? And then here they've been able to they've beaten us here as well. I don't know. I think it's just two very even teams, and it always comes down to mistake here or there. It's an easy trip for both of us, 2.5 hours, and you spend the night. It's a night game, so it's not like the travel's that tough. So, I think, I hadn't really, thought about it like that. As you go on the road, you got to win on the road, and you got to play well.
And you talked about how they are kind of evenly matched in series history. 6 of the last 8 games have been decided by a touchdown, so you have very little room for error.
Yeah, no, you're right. I didn't realize it was that close, but I can see that. It's neither team's been able to really put the other one away, and even when maybe we thought we had a high-scoring team or very good defense or whatever. No, they've done a good job of making a very tight game. So it'll be the same this week. I see the rest of our OVC games being like that. I see them all being fourth quarter games, all being 1-2 score games, and that's where that senior quarterback and that's where the surrounding cast around him's got to get better, and the defense needs to play better in order for us to win those games.
You talked about how this is the first game of the Sergeant York Trophy.
Mm-hmm.
You have a little bit of an advantage because you just have to win the series and not keep it. But the first game, it's something the guys, it has to be a goal.
Yeah, well, it's a secondary one for sure. Besides getting the first OVC win, winning on the road, and if you do those things, yeah, you're 1-0 in the trophy. And we know in order to stay in the top of the conference, that's one of the landmarks that you have to hit is win that trophy. Then the next one is the one before that is you got to win at home, and we didn't do that last week. So we better play well in this trophy series to be in this thing the next couple of weeks.
You had some injuries, or do you
Yeah.
have any updates on that?
Keeping our trainer busy. Just one of those years, unfortunately. Axline with the hand injury. I don't know how long that'll be out. Carrick's still out. Of course, Nick Dan's still out. Perez was still out in the secondary. I don't think he played, but a player or two in the game. Can't remember who else on the list. Yeah, he wasn't the same. Yeah, he twisted his ankle on the bottom of a pile. Yeah, you can see it on tape pretty good. So, just kind of got us right now. Hopefully we can practice hard this week and be physical and still stay injury-free and be ready to go.
Thanks, Coach.
Hey, thanks, guys.